work on the place, we look for acupuncture points. This is, one thing is that it makes it a little bit easier if you have like a town, you don't have to consider the whole town, but you find that place, or here there are 4 places, that has potential to change the system, both the small system, but also the system in a broader sense. So these are also from Kalundborg, and these are acupuncture points that the citizens chose for themselves. So when I came in and everybody else came in, we always fell in love with the place that is here. There is a square that, no, it's here, anyway, that seems nice when you come in as a guest. And I had an architect coming with me, he said, Pernille, this is a no-brainer. I know exactly what we're going to do. And I said, well, Ola, I know what you're going to say, and that is not how we do it. So we do not choose on behalf of the citizens where there is energy, where they live. This is not our place, we live somewhere else. And they chose these 4 corners. At first, because they had potential to bring life to the streets that connected them. And they had potential to bring further life. Out here we had a project, it's here, with a campus site for students from 5 different universities. And the station is here, there's a train station. And from here you can walk, there is a nice beach here. It looks long, but it takes about 15 minutes to walk from this to this. So they chose to work on these sites first. This one at first, this is a corner of a pedestrian street where there were closed shops. There were painted windows you couldn't see because all the shops were closing. So they started knocking on doors, finding the owners, finding potential the people who wanted to sort of start their own shops, and actually they succeeded on renting out all the windows here, all the shops here. So that it came alive, that corner. And down here there was this street, had so much potential, but it started here in a place that felt like it was windy from the sea, there were nowhere to sit. And they, again, knocked doors, gathered all the people who lived in this area, and got a fund to pay for decorations and benches in the beginning of that street.
Who are they? You say they choose.
The citizens, I work with a group. They started out with, 6 citizens. It is an project, EU project, a new European Bauhaus project. So I started with 1. It took me 6 months to find that one person who could connect me with everybody else. And then I talked to a colleague in Holland, and she said, Pernille, sometimes a group is just you and 1 more person. You have to find that person that can connect you to all the others in the city. And I found her, and we got a little group of 5 people. They made sort of a manifest on how they wanted to work with these areas. And then they opened up the group for everybody else who wanted to join. But everybody who wanted to join had to buy in on this manifest. So we sent out an invitation on Facebook and everywhere. They had friends, and around 40 people came who wanted to join them in this project. So they created sort of subgroups that work with these places. Now you have chosen a project at each school. You will work with the questions that are on the slides to train how to do it with the students. So what my thought is that when you come back and you sit in a class, you will have students that have some connection to a place. I'm not quite sure whether they live where they go to school, for all of you, not for you, I think. They come from everywhere, but they choose a place that has meaning and special energy for them. They choose a project. You have to have a place, you have to have a project. You have to have something you want to do in a place. And then they can do these analysis. look for patterns. What we did was that we asked people, a colleague and I, we walked around in the city, in the streets, sat on cafes, found someone to talk to. What are you doing? How's your life? What's happening here? They go to books, they search for the history of the place, they see what the place is made of, what has happened, how has the land formed, what historical events have happened. And they search for systems and interconnections in the groups of students, just like you will do now. And this, I mean, these things takes a lot of time, so you will just scratch sort of the method now. When you do it, when I do it with groups, this thing in Camelboard took almost a year. So it's only scratching the surface. Also to get sort of to figure out how to work in this regenerative way. What does it mean not looking at problem but always potential? What does it mean to have a systemic view on the place that I live? What does it mean that I as a human has an important role to play? If I want things to change, I have to do it myself. Nobody else will do it.